So probably your favorite match of the night was?
Michael Todd Ongarbaev.
Yeah. I'll say how it is. I wasn't commentating, so I was in audience, and I believe it looked way different from the audience than it was on cameras. Because he's telling me about the match, and I watched the match. I was there sitting with John, but I see different things.
Yeah, we could talk about your match, but I just don't want to see you crying here.
I don't want to cry too.
so we're talking about
I
Mike and Ongarbaev.
Yeah, let's talk about different crying. So what happened in that match? Because I saw it back and forth, but I think on camera you saw way more emotions, and I just feel like
probably emotions you saw more because usually emotions are after fight, but this time there was a lot of emotions also in the time of fight. What I have to say about fight is Ongarbaev was great. Ongarbaev pulled like I would say. It was arm wrestling excellence, virtuoso. It's like usually you watch John, sometimes you can see Mindauga, sometimes Devon. He was not going for
very
pin.
Fluid, very fluid.
It's seems like a lot of intuitive, so natural. Yeah. Those transitions, those fighting for a hand control, for a grip, and it seemed like even he's not much physically stronger, or maybe even not stronger. It was very even, but he was so good about
I was surprised
getting in those positions.
Michael won the first one, and I thought it's very hard to win Michael if you lose to him on the first one, and he just turned it around completely.
Mike won first round, but to get that first win, I believe he sacrificed a lot of his chance for a win in a overall fight. Because in some positions, of course, it's Mike and it's different. But if I look for perspective, I believe he sacrificed. Maybe even smarter sometimes in such fights is to get better positions, to think about fight in general and not to focus to get a pin in the first round. And Mike was in bad positions. He was trying. He lost his hand. He was generally, I believe, it kind of gas him out as well, and it asked a lot for him to win this first round.
Yeah.
But Mike was good.
Yeah.
Mike was not so much under table. He was pulling in good positions. He looked good. He was really strong. I believe he was very prepared. He was very ready, and it was a lot of pressure as always on Mike because he's not winning much lately.
I hope he doesn't drop to 95 now. He's like, I'll go for Paul Lynn right now. But yeah,
no.
that match just from the sidelines, all those hits and the composure of Irakli, because he was just on there. He wasn't anywhere else.
He was not rushing to go for pin in positions. He was a lot of times on the center, even on Mike's side. He was very fast with changing style. And when Mike was standing up and going for some press, or was trying to go for press, and also Mike was so fast with standing up and doing those transitions. Both were great. I absolutely enjoyed that match. But Ongarbaev one more time showed how good arm wrestler he is. Like really, it was excellent. It was excellent from a technical, tactical aspect of fight, and you can watch and learn how to pull against arm wrestler. Where you have some advantages, but also Mike had some advantages in positions where he is better and stronger. But it's how to use that effective against your opponent, how to put your opponent in not so maybe mechanically best position where you need to spend more energy, and it was smart. And yes, he's thinking, yes, he's analyzing, but it's sometimes just natural. He feels that.
Yeah.
In a time of fight, it's no
time to think
anymore to think about. Okay, now I will go for transitions. Now I will go defensive. Now I will climb. Now I will get some more rotator. You need to have this. Already done many times before to feel, and you need to have this kind of intuitive arm wrestling.
That was worthy, defending champions pulling.
Yeah.
Like he's the champ for a reason.
Yeah. And it was Mike won first round, Ongarbaev 1 second, of course, elbow foul, something, but still, Mike was, I believe, so emotional. Even when fight was still 1-1, I think he kind of felt that it's
slipping away.
Exactly, it's
away.
not going how he wants it, and he lost already in what I saw. He lost already in mind somewhere when it was still 1-1. He was not anymore in a fight. He was Ongarbaev all the time, very focused, no much emotions, doing what he need to do, thinking about. Mike was all around. He was talking. He was. I'm not saying complaining, but yeah, he was complaining with him, with opponent, with referees, talking with wife, and spend a lot of energy. Maybe sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that for fight, but this time it was working. I believe against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but great arm wrestling.
I have to rewatch it.
Yeah, but great arm wrestling. Great arm wrestling. Absolutely, and if we talk about sometimes last few months about Mike, that why he always gets those title fights. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why.
Because you watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
And it was
East vs West 6, a lot of amazing matches in my opinion. I think one of the most contested events ever. Like a lot of dead wrist presses there.
Yeah.
A lot of dead wrist presses.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot Barbora versus Gabriella, because it was such an interesting match where it felt like pure domination from Gabi, and then I don't know if it was like elastic limits or just nerves or she got too overconfident, and then it starts slipping away and we saw Barbora just taking full control. And it's such a terrible feeling when you are this much from the victory. You know, that's all you need, and for 3 rounds you just can't get it. I believe there's a immediate rematch, maybe not the next event, maybe one after, but I would love to see that match again. Yeah.
Scenario of that fight was kind of what I was expecting. In some point Barbora can turn it around. And actually even before when Gabi was pulling against Egle, that was scenario I was expecting, that at some point Egle could take that control, because she can get that hand control, but just that general power, that side and back pressure was too much. This time there was a limit. First 2 rounds, enough, and in one point Gabi just gassed out, and of course she fight against much bigger
that's the
person
thing.
Against much bigger hand.
When everyone was talking about that match, I said it's gonna be hard, she'll definitely lose the hand, definitely, because Barbora will top roll and she will lose the hand, and it will be just side pressure fight. But very impressive for Barbora. At this point I believe she is no doubt about it in my mind, from active female pullers, number 1 on the planet.
She won in the super match, but she lost first 2. So if you're talking about tournament, maybe if it's one final fight.
If that would be in WAF Worlds, and Gabi would go up, maybe.
It could be different, but no question. It was good arm wrestling. It was quality arm wrestling, and it's great to see top female arm wrestling in the best events. And absolutely, I want to see more female fights, and there are many great women arm wrestlers who deserve to be there as well.
Absolutely, and that was a war, absolute war on table. John and Irakli.
You were commentating that fight?
No. But I sit down with John and I'm like, because I was watching it. It started and I'm like, I can't go because Neil just came in and I'm watching and I'm like, I see John just takes the hand. I'm like, oh, this is done. I get in the elevator. I drive down. I go in the menu. I'm like, so 1-0? Yeah, Irakli. I'm like, what the hell happened? And it was...
That was the thing I said about Ongarbaev and Michael Todd. Michael Todd wanted that first round so much that he sacrificed some of his wrist and hand and get the position. This was the same with Irakli and John. John was, I believe, smart enough, and in the first round his main focus was to get that control, get that hand. And it's like you are securing for later rounds that you will have this control of hand, because once you start to pull without a hand, without a wrist, it's very rare that you can get some control after that. And I believe John didn't care much that he lost the first round. His main goal was to take that control, to take that hand. Exactly.
had the hand control in every round, but like I sit down with John and I'm like, what the hell happened? He's like, I ran out of steam. I said, round 4. I'm like, felt like you just gave it up. He's like,
round 4, it looked like from size that he was still playing.
Yeah, and John's like, he said the buckle is going to be on his hand. I think I'm going to get better position. So he was more draining him. Just give it.
Yep.
And she said, and then I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then it was a point where I couldn't. And we saw that like in so many matches in this event, like David Arabuli versus Chance, same absolute thing. Like Gabby versus, but the opposite.
Yeah.
You know.
John, I think if he would focus to win in a round 4, he would.
Yeah.
He would.
I really don't understand what the hell happened. I was like,
yeah.
I felt like this was in his pocket, and then it's just slipped away, and I'm like,
yeah.
But
it's still very, very impressive to see John being able to take control, take this hand control, and top roll. One of
best
best top rollers right now in the world.
But also so impressive by Irakli. Yeah, we didn't know he could do it, and he did it. Yeah. We didn't know that he would, you know.
What's happening with Georgian arm wrestling? It's there was 3 Georgians.
Yeah.
Gennady, Irakli, and David Arbuli, and they all won without a hand, without a wrist.
Yeah.
They all pulled like that. And when you watch those events, it seems like maybe it's the future of arm wrestling. And
deadlift press.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just press.
And if we're talking about deadlift press, then Jerry.
Yeah, this was a great segue into the pretty. I think those matches we talked about are the biggest ones. So Jerry Cadorette versus Georgi. I think Georgi pulled an excellent match against Jerry. He just didn't like. He needed just a little bit more pulling down, a little more side pressure, and
maybe even a little bit more luck or something. He did everything good. He did everything good. You watch from side. He was doing what he had to do. He was trying to climb. He was trying every time a grip to get that position. He was pulled over. Those spots were bigger. Yeah. Okay. It's maybe from both of them. Jerry had more space to pull, but. Not Jerry, but Georgi. But Jerry was already
closer.
Yeah, on a center. So it's no more place to go as well if you are here already.
Yeah.
But still, Cvetko was pulling smart. He was pulling smart. He was pulling good. Yeah. I believe maybe in some point he was too slow with those re-gripping and maybe just like gassed out and get tired, because at some point. It was like Travis said. I was watching live. He said, for Jerry, it's no line to pin Georgi, and it's looked like that.
Yeah.
He was here.
Yeah.
He was open. He was side. It's like no line.
And Georgi is like close to 200 kilos.
Yeah.
And all that is just on your arm.
Yeah.
You know, it just like Jerry's elbow is impressive. It's so impressive. I talked with him, and he's like, I should have prepared better. It should have been easy. He was angry with himself about the match because he believed he could do it way better.
You think he was not so prepared as he was against Gennady, or?
That's what he told me, because he said he got injured, so he took off like 6-7 weeks. He said didn't do anything, and then he slowly got in, even with the weights that he was working on. That's what he told me, and he said he's like, it should have been easier.
Yeah, but Georgi is not an arm wrestler. You can take easy.
Oh yeah. It's a great match. It was like the main event was boom right there. All the like the top matches at the end was awesome. Some bad lucks, like Curtis Cameron got injured. Rustam Babayev winning the match and then got totally. And for Paul,
that's a risk after a longer break, when you get back in arm wrestling and you are of course still strong and you're prepared, but sometimes your structure, your soft tissue is not ready for that. And
for Paul, it's like he's the champ, but he's like, I don't feel,
absolutely understandable. And with Rustam, it has happened before. When he had this break before, and then I remember he came back, and it was as well competition in England, or it was in England I think, and then he got injured, similar chest muscle or injury before, so after some few years break, so it could happen. But it was good to see Rustam back on table, and
Yes.
and
We will see him again. Definitely,
yeah, and you saw how good he was still. Maybe not so explosive, maybe not so fast as we expect, and we used to see him before. Always super fast, super explosive, but still super strong. Good about getting in positions. And doing what he have to do, and very effective.
Very effective. Just bad luck for that. Kurt's Cameron, Zurab also partial tear. What I heard from Cameron, pork chop. Sorry, no one calls him Curtis. Overall, like a lot of enjoyable matches. Like sitting down just watching this. Is probably one of the most contested events that we can have. Like every time East versus West makes a new event, it's like, how can you make this better? And I believe like this was better. Yeah. Like just looking at overall, just awesome. Some like these 4 or 5 matches we talked about, just insane, just absolutely insane.
What about Gennady? Did you so?
Yeah. Gennady. Like I'm sitting there in the press conference, and the guy, Roman, is from SG Records. He's the translator for Georgian team. And I'm like, what's Gennady doing here? He's like, oh, he's here. He's keep pulling? And he kind of forget. I'm like, I forgot that he's pulling. And he's pulling, versus Farid, which is probably one of the best matches that could be. But I believe it's very hard for the athletes to pull 2 matches at the same night. You like if you have to absolutely dominate your first match. Like Corey West, forget about that match.
Yeah, but let's talk about Gennady and Farid.
Yeah, and it's very, very hard. I believe Farid could give him a little better match. Would he want it? I don't know, but it was interesting. It was cool, And 2 matches in the same night, I believe it takes. Like we saw Corey West, we saw Farid.
I think it was very, very strong Farid. It probably was a Farid we haven't seen for many years.
Yeah,
and we know that Farid in a good shape can be very dangerous. Yeah. And Gennady was prepared. Gennady was prepared. He was strong.
Yeah. He was angry that he lost the last one.
Yeah. He was prepared. You could see that you can take him out of position. You can take maybe some angle away from him, but it's almost no way to win. Win. And for Farid. If I'm fair, from very beginning I saw that he will struggle, knowing how good Gennady can pull in a long fight.
Yeah,
and of course, we can say that Farid was a little bit tired.
He had a war with Corey West. He had absolute war with Corey West, and I think it takes away. Like the guys should pull. If it wouldn't be close, like sometimes who pulls Morozov? He always pulls like 2 matches. Most of the time, one is very easy, and he has the second one. Plus, he has great endurance, and he's in a great shape. Like he has, I never seen him tired. But everyone.
So you
else
want to say that Farid is not in a great shape?
Well, I'll give him that. It's better that than to say just he was way weaker.
I saw some post in Facebook. Someone took a picture of Georgi from side, and then some Farid, and write like, "Whoa, are those athletes or what?" And I'm like, it's heavyweight in a super heavyweight. That's weight makes big difference, and you will not see very, very ripped, very dry super heavyweight athletes in weightlifting, in wrestling, or in strongman. They usually will be with some extra weight, but that's a power. That's a strength.
And then there's Morozov.
Okay, always some
there's always
exceptions,
exceptions to the rule. Yeah.
But generally, that's how it is.
Yeah, a lot of great matches. Like I said, just going through it, just a lot of awesome.
And
matches.
what about Ray and Doug Elrich? It was not great match.
It wasn't. It was terrible match. Yeah.
Terrible to watch, even for first round.
I think so. Yeah. I just pulled terribly. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. I'll make a different video just talking about
if you win, you are pulling good. If you lose, you are pulling terribly. It's easy.
Yeah, I guess
that's
so.
how it is.
Yeah.
Now, could you do better that day?
It doesn't matter. I still lost.
We were in a
would, should, could doesn't matter at this point. Like I don't care. I still lost. The answer. I don't want to talk about. I'll make a different video where I give credit to Doug, and that's it. Like I don't want to talk about the match because nothing matters at this point. Matters only forward, not backwards, right?
Okay, and one more thing. The fight I was looking most forward before the event?
Mindaugas and Nurdolet.
Exactly, Mindaugas and Nurdolet fight for a lightweight championship title, right arm.
Yeah.
Nurdolet, WAF world champion, 75 kilo. Mindaugas, somewhere close to top 3.
Somewhere close to top 3. I felt like Mindaugas just needed a little bit more, and he kind of got stuck, and I don't know what he wanted. Like, he just wanted to outlast him, but Nurdolet still got a good hand, even though it looked like it's gonna buckle at some point.
No, Minda get in a good position. He used to pull in this defensive position, and he's good.
And he's good. I was expecting him just to go, and he was so static that he allowed.
But also Minda very much relies on his angles, and he have good those like working angle positions, and he knows that if he will lose some angle, some position, probably that's it. Yeah. So it was already on limit.
But when it's round number 3 and you're 2-0, who the hell cares?
Yeah,
you know.
But it seems like from sides that when
I know
here, and wrist and hand position like a little bit, and you can bend it, but it's not working.
It felt like, but like, it's easy to say, but Minda was strong, 100% strong, and Nurdolet was in great shape.
It was close. It was not so big difference. Sometimes you need just very little to get that extra movement, that little rotation or wrist curl to get that position, that control, because Minda kind of had this hand control, but maybe his side, maybe his back was not enough to hold that strength from Nurdolet. And Nurdolet did everything good. He was attacking where it's necessary to attack, and pulled smart. He was not rushing as well.
He was keeping his angle tight, hand there.
And he was not rushing. No. He was going slowly, controlling to not lose his hand, his rotator. He was not also here. He was with more or less good rotation. He grabbed low on Minda's wrist on pronator. Very strong. Very strong. Good performance. Now we have to see and wait what's next for Nurdolet, and I want to see Nurdolet and Daniel Prokopchuk.
Oh yeah,
rematch
in a good match.
Rematch of WAF World Championship final to see one more time, because we know that the fight was very close.
It was a mess.
Exactly, but that's what we want. That's what we want for a super match. So
that is right. Overall, great event. Engin did a great job. Everyone who was involved. Travis was awesome. Neil, Artem, pretty much everyone else, and those cards I think are so cool. Like, for next event, just get them.
And also, of course, people who are supporting arm wrestling, people who are watching arm wrestling, who are buying. Those are main heroes of everything, because that's why it happened.
I heard the event did very good. I heard it did very, very good. So I'm really excited for the next one. Before that, we have King of the Table on February 25. And it is John versus Dennis. And we have Levin versus Servus. And I guess one more match is coming, but I can speak a bit more. So it's going to be epic, right?
Yeah.
Stay strong.
I love arm wrestling.